right, y'all, so it is finally time for me to work on this buttonhole and button project. I need all your prayers. All right, so I've changed the needle in my machine. Fresh needle. Now I'm gonna take this foot off, and I have my buttonhole presser foot here. I'm gonna put my button in. Was my voice just shaky there? I feel like I'm more nervous than I should be. Got that on, and then the next thing for me to do is pull down this, I don't know what you want to call this, maybe a buttonhole foot guide. I don't know. Anyway, I know it goes behind this plastic piece. It's supposed to stay between these two plastic pieces here. Got that. It's not going anywhere. Okay, like literally the next step is to sew the buttonhole. I'm so nervous. Oh my God. All right, well, here goes nothing. This is the fabric that I'm using. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I don't know what happened. My thread broke on the top and it was just going, and this is what happened. This is what it looks like. Okay, I'm about to try it again. It definitely shouldn't sound like that, and just as I thought, it jammed. Created a big mess of thread underneath the throat plate of my machine. So I pulled out the seam ripper and tried to get the buttonhole foot and the fabric loose from the machine. It took me a little bit, but I finally got it. I tried to do this without taking the throat plate off, but it just was not going to cooperate. So I had to remove that throat plate, clean out the machine, and to my surprise, there was quite a few dust bunnies in there. I hadn't cleaned this machine since I had it. I've had it for a year now, but I just didn't think it would have been as bad as it was. Okay, so I'm going to try doing this manually instead of with the start and stop button, and instead of using stitch number 58, I'm going to use number 63. I'm taking my time here to avoid any more jams. I'm going to speed this up for you as I repeat the stitch a second time to reinforce the buttonhole. So I did it. I can work with this, but I do want to try stitch number 58. Maybe I won't. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do this stitch here with the start and stop feature and see what happens. I'm thinking it may have been my thread because I've had issues with that thread before. That one came out great. And that was using the start and stop feature. No problems, no issues. I think it's because this was so tight, and like I said, I've had issues with that pink thread before, so maybe it just wasn't good thread. I'm so scared to try the automatic stop and start with stitch number 58. I mean, the other one came out fine. I just don't want to go back through the hassle of trying to untangle thread and stuff again. But I also do want to confirm whether or not it may have been my thread. I think I'm going to try to give it a try. I think I should. Just so I know for myself. Get a new scrap. Okay, well, let me get finishing up on what I'm working on and we'll come back. All right, so there we have it. Just confirmed that it was just some raggedy old thread. I think I'm just gonna throw that pink thread away because every time I use it, I have an issue. I mean, if I'm not doing a straight stitch, it's an issue. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know, but that just really disturbed my spirit. But I'm so glad that that buttonhole came out great. I am no longer afraid, and now I see how easy it is, and I'm kicking myself for not doing this sooner. So let's get on with this project so you can see what I made. As usual, I traced the size of the pattern that I would be using onto tracing paper. I cut that out and then I cut the pattern from my fabric. And yes, you'll have to stay tuned for the next upload to see what pattern I'm using to make my garment. Now it's time to sew on those buttons. And I did this while having a good old conversation with my mom on the phone. Overall, it took about 30 minutes to install all 6 buttons, but it was well worth it. Something I hadn't done in a long time, but enjoyed doing. Once they were all sewn on, my garment was complete, and here is the finished look.